Communities across Canada are preparing for the impact of those U.S. tariffs.
This morning, Brampton Mayor Patrick Brown outlined a new Canada First procurement policy aimed at supporting local businesses. CTV's Sean Leathong's been following this story and joins us live with more. Sean.
Well, Nathan and Michelle, Brampton Mayor Patrick Brown saying that we simply cannot rely on the U.S. export market anymore, and we have to focus on a made-in-Canada approach. Now, this new procurement strategy says that going forward, if the tariffs are put in place, the city of Brampton will focus only on sourcing material, goods and services from Canadian companies. They're also going to look at their contracts, perhaps with existing companies, to look at the possibility of cutting out U.S. suppliers from the city of Brampton's current procurement processes. He says there is a thriving steel industry in the city of Brampton, thriving auto industry. He says that 25% of the manufacturing jobs in the city of Brampton rely on U.S. auto industry, and he says there has to be some sort of change if these tariffs do come into place, because the city itself has over $1 billion worth of money that they can put into the market. So he says it's important to focus on local businesses. This comes just a few days after he put together a tariffs task force to talk about the possibility of removing interprovincial trade barriers and support for local businesses in the face of any possible tariffs. Here's a little bit more from Brampton Mayor Patrick Brown.
Going forward, as long as the tariffs are in place, we have $1.9 billion in active procurement, and we will opt in for Made in Canada. Made in America products will not be eligible. And we're also going to look at all existing contracts to see how we can even look at the contracts that have already been in place, if there are clauses that would allow us to change to Made in Canada products.
Now, the mayor was asked why not do this Made in Canada approach regardless of what happens tomorrow, and he said that currently under the free trade agreement with the United States, that U.S. contractors do have the ability to bid on procurement in the city of Brampton, and if they are the lowest candidate, they're legally obligated to take that. But he says if the United States is willing to break their side of the agreement, Brampton is willing to look at theirs. He's also pushing at the region appeal a similar motion and calling on mayors from across the country to do the same, saying there's $30 billion in procurement dollars that come from Canadian cities, and if Canada acts as a unified approach, they can make it feel the pain down south. Reporting live, I'm Sean Leathong. Nathan and Michelle, send it back to you.
Thank you, Sean.